Wayne's World, brought to you by Shanahan Steakhouse, not my daughter, Shannon. I was at a place that you and I go to, New York Deli. My friends Al and Tori own it, and I was sitting there with my mother and my friends, and in walked Red Miller and his wife. And Red is in his 80s now, and he's on a walker, but he was looking great. He was wearing a Broncos jacket, and he was alive and alert and talking about what was going on in life. And it made me think as he walked away, and I love seeing Red about once a year or talking to him on the phone. Red Miller's been forgotten by the Denver Broncos. I quit the Ring of Fame committee years ago when the owner, Pat Boland, said he was not going to put any coaches on the Ring of Fame. And I thought, that is the most stupid thing, and I said it. That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. But he had two other lackeys on the committee, and I will not reveal who they are because one is passed and the other one is in bad health. But they were just lackeys for him. Whatever he said, they went along with it. So I was always in the minority, as I am with my partners here in the show. I never could get people like Riley Odoms or Steve Watson or Rick Upchurch into the Ring of Fame. And that's been corrected only in the case of Rick Upchurch finally. But I felt like Red Miller and Dan Reeves and Mike Shanahan belonged in the Ring of Fame. Dan Reeves is now going into the Ring of Fame. So they're slowly correcting it. But I think that the time has come to put Red Miller on the Ring of Fame. What is so special about the Ring of Fame? There are at least 12 guys on there that you'd go, what are they doing on there? If you go to the stadium, you go, really? Those people are on the Ring of Fame? Well, Red Miller belongs on there. And it's time to correct it. I would guess that Joe Ellis, I don't know because I'm not on the committee anymore, that Joe Ellis is now running the committee. Joe, I'm reaching out to you. Red Miller came in here when a team was in total disarray. People don't remember that. There was a mutiny on the Broncos with the players who no longer wanted to play for John Ralston. Ultimately, John Ralston was fired as coach and as general manager, and this was a team that had no direction, had no head, but had a lot of talent. And as a result of the move to Red Miller, they went to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Dallas Cowboys, but that still remains the greatest playoff run in Broncos history. Forget about winning in 97 and 98. Think about 1977 when they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had already won 3 Super Bowls with Terry Bradshaw at that point. Then in the AFC Championship, they beat the Oakland Raiders, one of the most powerful teams in the NFL. They finished 12-2 that year, back when they were playing 14 games. They went to the Super Bowl, and they played against a superior Dallas Cowboys team that had Roger Staubach at quarterback. The Broncos had problems in their offensive line. Craig Morton had a terrible day, and the Broncos ended up losing 27-10. Red Miller led them to the playoffs again. There was a new owner, Edgar Kaiser Jr., who came in and wanted to get rid of Red Miller. Red Miller deserved better. He never got another coaching job in the NFL. He did coach here with the Denver Gold in the USFL and did a great job the first couple of years. They led the league in attendance. Red Miller deserves to be in the Ring of Fame. So correct that, Joe Ellis and whoever the lackeys are that are on that committee, correct that mistake. Red Miller in the Ring of Fame. I'm Woody Paige, and that's my opinion.